I just completed a 90-minute documentary that took a full year to compose. It's called Pain, Healing, and Beauty. Three brothers preserve a legacy of their father's art. I think it runs parallels with the lives of many people that might want to see this picture, and that is about the respect and admiration sons and daughters had for a man that had some fame during his young years. In my father's case, he was a sculptor and a painter, and he was one of the original welded steel sculptures in the United States in 1950. And we lived in Mexico as children. And what's odd about this story is the fact that he had significant fame in the late 50s and early 60s, and he had several Hollywood clients, including Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier had seen his work, and he had success with, we lived in Washington, D.C., and there were political entities that knew about him, and he had galleries all across the country. And in the 60s, he decided that he didn't want that life anymore, and he pulled up stakes. He pulled all of the artwork out of all the galleries across the country and moved to a complete and total isolated location in the Shenandoah Mountains of Virginia. He bought an old church, a decommissioned church, and he lived there for 34 years. And in the process of doing that, he was completely forgotten by his client base. He no longer had any customers at all, but he created a huge amount of artwork and welded steel sculptures in large and small drawings, paintings, figurative and otherwise. And so when he dies at 83 years old, he leaves this all behind for his three sons and a daughter to deal with, which was an overwhelming task. First of all, we wanted to live our own lives, but we decided that the value of the artwork had to be preserved. It certainly had artistic integrity, and it had not been seen for 50 or more years. And so the story is the story about the process of the three sons, all of them in their 70s, with all the conflicts between them over the course of many years, making a resolution that they were going to find a way to exhibit the artwork, to restore the reputation of this forgotten artist, and to honor the work that we considered had great value, even though our relationship with our father over many, many decades was basically terrible. And in the story, there's an interview with J. Peterman of the catalog company, who featured 14 sculptures of Robert Kuhn in his catalog in 2002 and became friends of the family. And there's some funny stories here about how abusive my father could be, maybe not intentionally, but we were, as children, all afraid of him. And he had given the strict impression that he was not particularly interested in being a father man. He really wanted to be a single guy, but he lived his obligation of supporting his family. And maybe this is not an unusual story at all, but I think it was a story that I felt I needed to tell over the course of my life. And this documentary is a demonstration of the adoration, the love, as well as the hostility that I felt for him in the course of my life. And I think you'll like it. I think it will be an inspiration to you too. I'd recommend you watch it.